What if the voices you heard weren't in your head, but coming from the walls around you? This is the story of the Reynolds family, who moved into an ordinary-looking row house in London. But beneath the surface of their new home lay a chilling secret, a history of unexplained noises, violent disturbances, and a presence that seemed to focus its wrath on their youngest daughter. What started as an occasional knock turned into a full-blown nightmare. Stay with us as we uncover the horrifying truth behind this house of torment. The Reynolds family, Tom, his wife Sarah, and their two daughters, 11-year-old Lily and 7-year-old Grace, were thrilled when they found the house on Brook Lane. It was affordable, spacious, and in a good neighborhood. But from the very first night, strange things began happening. It started with the knocks. At first, they were faint, just a few soft taps on the walls in the living room. Tom joked that it was probably old pipes settling. But as the nights went on, the knocking grew louder, more insistent. One evening, as Sarah was tucking Grace into bed, the little girl whispered, "Someone's knocking from inside my wall." Sarah reassured her it was just her imagination, but the look of fear in Grace's eyes made her stomach turn. Things only escalated from there. Furniture would shift overnight, and the family would wake to find chairs stacked on tables or cupboards left wide open. The air in the house grew heavier, and an overwhelming sense of unease settled over them. The focus of the disturbances seemed to be Lily. She began waking in the middle of the night, screaming about a lady who would stand at the foot of her bed. Lily's behavior changed dramatically. She became withdrawn, angry, and often claimed to hear someone calling her name when no one was around. One afternoon, Sarah was folding laundry when she heard a loud crash from Lily's room. Rushing upstairs, she found Lily standing in the middle of the room, glass shards from a broken picture frame scattered around her. "She's angry," Lily muttered, her voice monotone. "She doesn't want us here." Desperate, Tom and Sarah reached out to a local historian who specialized in the paranormal. The man uncovered a dark past connected to the house. In the 1800s, a woman named Eleanor had lived there, caring for orphans. When a fire broke out, she saved as many children as she could, but was accused of negligence for those who didn't survive. She was ostracized by the community and, overcome with guilt, took her own life in the home. Some say her spirit remained, her grief and anger turning to malice over the years. The knocks grew more frequent, almost as if following the family from room to room. Grace began drawing disturbing pictures of a shadowy figure standing behind their family, always looming but never detailed. Meanwhile, Lily's condition worsened. She started speaking in a voice that wasn't her own, a deep, guttural tone that sent chills through the house. "You're not welcome here," she said one night, glaring at Tom and Sarah. One stormy night, the family gathered in the living room, too terrified to sleep. The knocking turned into pounding, echoing from every corner of the house. Suddenly, the lights flickered and the temperature dropped. The pounding stopped, replaced by an eerie silence. Grace pointed to the staircase. "She's here," she whispered. At the top of the stairs stood a figure cloaked in shadows. Her outline was faint, but the malice radiating from her was palpable. The figure raised an arm, and the family was thrown into chaos. Objects flew across the room, windows shattered, and an unearthly scream filled the air. Tom grabbed the children, and the family bolted out of the house. As they stood on the sidewalk, catching their breath, they watched in horror as the shadowy figure appeared in the front window, staring down at them. The house seemed alive, its walls groaning and its windows rattling, as if warning them never to return. The Reynolds never went back to Brook Lane. They sold the house at a loss and moved far away. But the memories stayed with them. Lily eventually recovered, but she still refuses to talk about what happened. the new owners of the house? They lasted less than a month before moving out without explanation. Some places are marked by tragedy, and their echoes never fade. For the Reynolds, Brook Lane will always be the house of shadows, a place where the past refused to rest. If this story sent shivers down your spine, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-chilling tales. Have you ever experienced something you couldn't explain? Share your story in the comments. It might just inspire our next video.